a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a.
Welcome back, sweeties. I'm Shell,
And I'm Kayla.
and this is Our Way Podcast. And we will be talking about
Self-control.
that's it.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Self-control it is. How much of it do we have? I have a lot of self-control actually.
In what way?
I think I have a lot of self-control. I'm not a very impulsive person. I don't have an impulsive personality. I don't like to be embarrassed in public. I don't like to be made a fool of in public. I try to be very mindful of the words that come out of my mouth because I'm not good at taking them back. So I try to be meaningful, and I try to say exactly what I mean so I don't have to apologize later for it. I will apologize if my intent was not to hurt your feelings and your feelings get hurt in the process. I will apologize for your feelings being hurt, but I won't apologize for the words that I said because I meant them. So I try to be very intentional with my words. So I think that's part of having self-control, because when you don't have self-control, then you just spew whatever comes to your thoughts and it spews out your mouth. That's when you have to take some things back and apologize. But once they come out your mouth, they already heard. So some people may want an apology for that. But for me, I try to be very intentional about the things that I say, and my actions. Like there be times where I'll be wanting to sock people in the face. However, I think about it first, and I'm like, is that the best decision? Am I going to get in trouble for that? It might make me feel good in a moment, but what's the long-term repercussions? So I try to think about all those things. So I believe those things are self-control.
I'm very impulsive and I say what I mean and I'm not taking it back. Everything I do, I meant to do it. Everything I say, I meant to say it. If it hurts your feelings, sorry. I'm not apologizing for what I did or what I said.
So you will apologize for hurting someone's feelings?
I would say I'm sorry that hurt your feelings.
Well, I guess in that notion we're the same. I think that without self-control, you are a danger.
I think I have self-control when necessary.
So you have some form of self-control.
Yeah, but for the most part, I'm just an impulsive person. But that comes with a different story for a later time. And I'm working on my impulsivity. But at work, I have self-control. That's needed. That's necessary. Because all I do is argue with people all day anyways. So at work, I have self-control. That's about it. In my opinion, that's all I need self-control for.
Is work.
Yes.
You have greater relationships outside of work than you do at work.
But my relationships outside of work, people know me. You know how I am.
But that doesn't mean that that's okay for you to be
No, that's what I'm
flighty
saying.
and impulsive.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you're not going to do anything on purpose
Mm-hmm.
to make me, I don't know, not be in control of myself.
Mm.
At least I don't think you would do that.
Well, of course not.
My friends, they're not gonna purposely, make me go off, So at work, people don't care who you are. So they can say anything to you that may affect you or trigger you, and that's when you do have to have self-control.
Okay. Do you have self-control in relationships? Like,
It depends on the day.
mm.
If it's a bad day, you probably will get cussed out the first time. I'm working on that. If it's a good day,
curse words?
yes.
Oh.
If it's a good day, then we may can talk about it,
Mm.
and in a calm manner.
Mm.
But it also depends on what it's about. If I have had to tell you what I'm trying to say multiple times, then yeah, there's probably gonna be some cuss words.
You just said that as if this is a child. And
What you
not
mean?
a grown person. Said if I've had to tell you multiple times.
Like if I say, gosh, do I have an example? I don't know, y'all. If I maybe like okay, so if I have to ask you something, ask you to do something, I don't know. Can you take this out the dryer? And you don't do it. And I say, can you please take that out the dryer? Because I cannot, for whatever reason. Let's just say me and my partner live together. I'm in the shower. Hey, can you take this out the dryer? I get out the shower. I'm, dressed, still not at the dryer. Then that's when I'm going to become upset.
For something minute as that?
Well, that was just an example.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, having to be
Repeat
repetitive.
yourself.
Yes.
Is where you have the problem.
Yes. It may not be over necessarily getting something out the dryer.
Right. But it's just a mere fact that you've had to say something once and
Twice. 3 times.
And then that's when the snap happens. Interesting.
But I'm working on that. I think I'm doing good.
Okay. Well, only you would know. Because I ain't in a relationship with you, so I don't know.
I think I'm doing good.
Well, I think that even if I've had to, since I do have kids, even if I've had to repeat myself 3 times, I still have self-control. I think just for the first time in your brother's life, he has heard verbal cursing at him. And he's almost 15 years old.
My pages just don't run that long. I have to pray for patience like that.
Too funny. Well, I think that life teaches us things. And so I do have a good 20 years of life on you. So I can see, but I think even at your age, but I guess even at your age that you are now, I did have a person to be responsible for.
Yeah.
You. So that taught me a great deal of patience that I needed.
Yeah, and I don't have anybody that's relying on me or I got to be patient with. I don't have nobody to teach me that. In terms of, not you didn't teach me that as a parent, but
Yeah,
in terms of life, I don't have nobody to teach me that.
got it.
So it's just whatever my day is.
Yeah, I think self-control is so vital. I think impulsivity and can get not you per se, but individuals into a lot of trouble when we don't think about the words that come out of our mouth, when we don't think, should I sock this person in the face or should I not? Because that socking in the face don't feel good in that moment, but the repercussions of it afterwards may not feel so good. So it's self-control. We should aim to have a greater sense of self-control and a greater sense of self, because we have to know who we are as individuals to have self-control over ourselves. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that it's important that we strive to have more self-control, and you and I talk about this on, even when I noticed, like the other day you and I were talking and you were going to make an impulsive decision, and I said, you're making an impulsive decision.
Mm-hmm.
You should think about it. Take a night to think about it. Remember that conversation?
About my home.
Right? Well, I didn't know if you want your business in the streets.
Yes, about my home.
Oh, okay. So I was like, I think you're making an impulsive decision. You may want to take 24 hours before you make that decision, because the repercussions would have been greater if you had just made that decision in that moment. I could foresee that, but you could not, because
I could. Sometimes I just don't care. That's the problem that I got.
okay, let's talk about that then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you foresaw that the repercussions was going to be greater later, and you still was going to make that impulsive decision?
Well, the only repercussion was going to be I couldn't live there.
No, the greater repercussion was you're going to lose money.
I didn't think that that particular person would do that.
Oh no, that was going to happen. You were going to lose money.
Well,
Well, I'm gonna-
I personally didn't see it that way, so maybe that's why things were different. Because I didn't see it that way.
Oh yeah, you were gonna lose money. You were gonna lose a good deal of money. So I saw all of that. I saw the full picture. So even with down to moving and the cost from going X miles up the road to a cost going X miles down the road, I had factored all that into my brain. So, but you were willing, with the repercussions that you did know, you were willing to.
Well, for that particular day, just to give them some background, it becomes hard for me, y'all, and I'm working on it. So keep it cute because I'm working on it. It ain't worked on yet. Keep it cute. If I'm already having a stressful week, a stressful day, and things are just topping and topping and topping and topping, unfortunately, that last cherry just gets it. Unfortunately. So he was the cherry that day.
Oh, and did he get it in full force? He got it.
We good now. We talked, but every week somebody's the cherry, unfortunately.
Well, I think that at some point when you know that things are piling, you're gonna have to start to say, "Let me step back."
Well, I do. I take myself out of life's equation for a few days.
No. You're missing it. You're gonna have to step back in the moment, not a few days after.
Oh,
the
I
situation.
try
I'm talking about
to.
in the moment. You're gonna have to be like, "Let me not make a decision about this right now," or "Let me not say anything." I mean, you could say that. You could, like, in that moment, you could have either said, "This is not what I expected. Let me talk to y'all later." Instead, you went rapid fire verbally.
Well, I try to. I'm not always successful. I'm not perfect. I'm not always successful, but I do try to. But again, this is something that I am working on. And yeah. But also with my moving situation, there had been multiple things to occur, which is why he received that. Because there's something about incompetency that just drives me. And again, I'm not perfect. I know maybe sometimes I'm incompetent. Maybe I don't know. I don't know about that. But it was multiple things with my home that drove that. So it wasn't just about the day. It was the home in itself. But I am working on, in the moment, taking a step back. Okay is my favorite word right now. Just okay. But like I said, this is a conversation for a later day because it's just bigger than taking a step back. But I'm working on it.
Well, I think that self-control is great, and I'm glad that you're taking the necessary steps to gain more self-control over your words, feelings, and actions. Because at the end of the day, we are all responsible for our actions. And when we are not using great restraint and when we're not using self-control is when these things take place. I do think that I've had, no one's perfect. I've had to learn self-control as well, but I don't think listen, my mother played no games with me. None. It was say it one time, and after that you deal with the consequences. So I've always been the type of person to kind of just do what I'm told or whatever by my elders. But going into adulthood, I've always been the type of person to just not rock the boat a bit.
I'm rocking it. I'm pushing it over.
No, she's tilting it. It's capsizing. It's going over. over. But even as I've gotten older, than my young adulthood, I've learned I've been put in certain situations where I've had to turn the boat over, and I've been okay with the consequences of that. But that's not before I've tried other techniques to make sure I don't have to capsize. But once I have to capsize, it's all gas, no brake. I'm going all the way there. Where you wanted it to go, I'm going to go there and pass. But I'm grateful enough to not have had to do that very often, because other techniques have worked and it's been worked out. But like I said, I capsized the boat.
I do it all the
And probably drowned a few. That's okay. They tried me. And you dwell there.
time. Where?
In the capsizing of the boat.
I just do it when it's necessary. And it just happens to be all the time.
It's not necessary all the time. No situation needs a capsizing all the time. But like you said, you're working on it.
Mm-hmm.
You're working on it.
It's coming slowly, but surely.
What about self-control with, I have a problem with self-control with sweets. I love sweets. I'm not big on food, but I love sweets. And I'm not the best at, I've done better, but I have not conquered that yet. So that I can say I'm working on. I haven't conquered that.
Well, food is my coping skill.
It's your coping technique?
Yeah, it's my coping skill.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't got no. Well, okay, y'all. Typically, I don't have self-control. If I'm on a lifestyle change, because my birthday is coming up, and so I have to be fine for that. So I'm on a lifestyle change. Today is actually weigh-in day. So I've had to have a lot
Of self-control.
of self-control. And I'm glad I said that out loud. I don't think it goes so well for some days. Because I then can't handle life for real.
Without eating?
Yeah, how I want to. Because don't nothing sound exciting about a fourth of a meal. Or
It's
a
the
healthy
same-
meal.
It's the same meal. It's just a little less.
Well, no, because I haven't been eating the things that I would typically eat. I've been eating healthy items. Friday, I did have some chicken wings with some macaroni and cheese and some black eyed peas. That was great. Could not eat it all. So that upset me. And it made me feel a little sick.
So you have portion control.
Yeah.
So you ate what you wanted, but you just ate a smaller portion.
A drastically smaller portion.
Well, there's nothing wrong with pushing away from the plate. I'm trying to push away from the sweets.
I think that I should have waited for the lifestyle change a few months, maybe like November. But we're here now, and I'm not starting over, so yeah, that's where I highly lack self-control.
With food.
Is with food, because I love to eat what I want to eat, and how much of it I want to eat. But I'm losing weight, so.
Well, you're gaining something. You're gaining better health. You're gaining better health. You're losing weight. And positive minds. All those are good things. Right?
I don't know if I have a positive migraine yet.
We working on that? Okay.
Well, I mean, I think I've been doing good, but, you know, it could use some work.
Got it.
Because I still get irritated when I can't go get a 10-piece sloppy wing with Cajun Ranch fries and a Coke and pour a little Crown in there after a long day.
Oh, we're talking about alcohol. I was like, Crown? Why would you put Crown? Okay. I follow. Well, yeah, my only thing of lack of self-control probably would be sweets, because I love sweets, but I'm very particular about the sweets that I eat. I don't eat just sweets. I don't eat just junk. It's specific things that I like, and I'm working on it. I've gotten better though. I've gotten so much better than the way that I used to be. So now it's that before bed snack that I have to have. I have to get past that and maybe have that snack at maybe 6 o'clock and not 8 o'clock. Working on it. I need it in my life. Let us know about your self-control journey. Let us know if you have self-control, if you're explosive, if you don't have any self-control with your food or your words. Let us know. Let us know how your self-control journey is going. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and when you see us on the street,
Don't forget to say,
hey girl, hey.
I'm a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a diva.